The governor. Yeah, that's right. He wants to ban cell phones while driving. Here we're back at this thing. Wants to raise the smoking age as well. Governor Eric Holcomb's legislative agenda focuses largely on health care and education, but there were some surprises, such as banning cell phone use while driving. Why is that a surprise? He's kind of hinted at this before. I don't know why that would be a surprise. The governor announced the agenda today, well, that's yesterday, in a 40-minute presentation in the Terre Haute Chamber of Commerce. In the past couple of years, he's been traveling the state to release his priorities, giving the speech last year in Zionsville. So he wants to ban phone use while driving. So I wanted to get your thoughts on this. 574-25-95-95-3. That is 2595-953. Now, Indiana law currently bans texting, but not any other phone use, such as posting or messaging on social media sites like Facebook or Twitter. He did say that the risk of a crash more than triples when driving while using a device, and then noted that 20 states have already banned their use while driving. Quote, when you're texting, texting can kill. That's not an overstatement. We just know that folks who are distracted on our highways and back roads are increasing accidents about 3.5 times. So that's what the governor was saying. So what are your thoughts on this? 574-25-95-95-3. That is 2595-953. Again, I have questions about how it's implemented, as I always do, because politicians don't ever really seem to think about that, especially with the service industry, who requires the use of these phones on a regular basis. Afterward, he told reporters that he thinks police will be able to enforce the ban despite difficulty that they've had in enforcing the ban on texting. So he says, you try. When you're driving down the road, you can count more than not folks who are distracted. I just cringe. And when I'm not driving, then when I look at someone, not look up for 4 or 5 seconds. There's also, again, pretty interesting research that places that ban texting while driving tend to have an increase in texting while driving accidents. Now, the reason for that tends to be that they're hiding the phone. They're still texting while driving, but they're hiding the phone. So instead of, for those of you on the live stream watching on YouTube and Twitch right now, instead of having your phone like this, where you can still see the road, you're now hiding it down here because you don't want the police to see it, okay? So right now, again, texting while driving in Indiana is banned. Doing other things on your phone, not banned. He wants it to be a universal ban. State Police Superintendent Doug Carter, who traveled with the governor to the chamber event, told Indy Star that he thinks a wider ban will be easier to enforce than the current law against texting. Now, he said, it's difficult to prove that someone using a phone while driving is specifically texting since the law has passed. It's become more common for people to use social media or stream movies and shows on their devices as technology has evolved. Like I said, he noted that many devices can now be used hand-free. Pretty much any device can be used hands-free. It's just whether or not somebody wants to actually do it, which would be legal under the proposed law. So hands-free would be legal. So I can sit there and go, hey, Google, send Joe a text that I'm not coming in today. And it would do that. Or Joe could, do his thing. Okay, Google, let Casey know that I'm going to be late because I got stuck behind a train. So that sort of stuff would still be okay according to the proposal. Now, in addition, and then we'll get to the phone lines here in just a second. In addition to that, Holcomb said that too many high school and middle school teens have started vaping, especially, quote, I thought it was pretty cool when I was in middle school sneaking gum, he joked. Okay, boomer, whatever. So anyway, like key lawmakers, Holcomb, that was a funny application of the boomer thing. Holcomb wants to raise the age to purchase any tobacco product, including cigarettes and vaping products. And again, vaping products are not tobacco products. Okay? Crystal clear that we have to make that fact known. He wants to raise it from 18 to 21 years old. He also proposes to increase fines for retailers who sell such products to underage individuals. Now, I just want to ask a very simple question on this, okay? And I know I'm not going to get an answer, but I want to ask the question anyway. What about the vaping products that don't have any nicotine in it? Because if this is about nicotine, what about the products that don't have any nicotine in it? Does that count? still going to go and raise that to 21 as well. Anyway, 574-2595, 95.3 to the phone lines we go. Steve, welcome to the program.
How you doing?
Doing well. What's up?
I see it every day, these people texting while they're driving, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now, if it's banned, where you got to wear earbuds, and like my son has a phone that he can voice text, and it will print it out on a screen, and it sends it to somebody, da-da-da-da.
Mm-hmm.
He's got one of those high-tech phones. I still use a flip phone of choice.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen too many accidents because of the texting and driving. The news media fails to report, like yesterday out here on 120, where a semi hauling hydrochloric acid ran off the road and hit 2 trees.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, lost its load close to the St. Joe River. I'll be willing to bet $100 that guy was texting.
Think so?
I see semi drivers doing it all the time.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
I mean, maybe he wasn't texting. Maybe he was doing one of the other things they say they're doing. He's sending messages, or he's posting on social media, or he's looking at memes, or what have you.
Plain and simple. I used to work for a huge auto parts company, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Parts store. Starts with a 0. On all their delivery trucks, it says cell phones are banned. I've seen 2 people get fired because somebody called in and said they were texting on their phones. And so they said, okay, for us not to fire you, show me your phone and show me you weren't texting. And they went through the screen and bop it pulled up with the time and everything.
Mm-hmm.
They got fired.
Well, I mean, he violated the policy. There you go.
So,
So you support the governor on this, then?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Now, what about the smoking? What about the smoking age thing?
I think they need to raise it to 21 myself.
Okay. What about everything else that you're considered an adult at 18 for?
I'm not sure about everything else. The smoking and the cell phone caught my attention real quick here.
Well, the reason I'm asking about the smoking thing is why raise it to 21 for that, especially when you're talking about stuff that doesn't have nicotine in it? Why do it for that but not do it for, voting?
Well, this is true. You do have a valid point there.
Okay. All right, fair enough. I just figured I'd ask while I had you on the line. All right, Steve, appreciate it.
So maybe I might be on the fence on that.
Okay. All right.
The cell phone usage,
you're all on board.
There's too many dumbasses out here, excuse my French, that can't get off that phone.
I don't think that's French, though. But, yeah. All right, Steve, appreciate it. All right, you take care. 574-2595, 95.3. Craig, welcome to the program.
Yeah. Casey.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't have the problem I have is I don't know why you can't drive. Anybody can drive and talk on the phone at the same time. But they always say the number one reason for accidents is because of people eating, which you don't hear them getting rid of fast food places. So I always say, I don't understand that.
What's it? I've been raising this point, too. And again, I'm just doing this to be a jerk, but I want people to understand something. The number one cause of distracted driving is your kids. Number one cause.
Yeah.
And so obviously you can't ban kids being in the car. So their excuse is, well, we're going to do what we can outside of all of it. I'm like, all right, but let's, can we just, look, it's an issue with people using their phone. But when I was driving professionally, being able to talk on the phone while I was driving was as easy as talking to somebody sitting next to me in the vehicle, which obviously isn't banned. So I don't understand it either. I don't know why people zone out.
No.
I don't know if I'm just an awesome freak of nature and I'm just super better than everybody else. I don't know. But for some reason, people tend to zone out on this thing and they focus on the phone instead of the road. I don't know why that is.
Because, like you said, it's the same thing as talking to the person next to you.
Yeah.
I don't understand that.
I don't either. Now, hands-free is all allowed. So you can still text people. You just can't actually have the phone in your hand. So you've got to do this all with voice commands. So you can still text people. And it's just going to be voice commands.
When you're texting, you have to look at your phone.
Well, your phone can read it. Your phone can read it to you, is what they can do, which is annoying as all get up, by the way. But yeah, so every time you get a text, it'll be like, hey, so-and-so would like to invite you to so-and-so's party, and you can text them back. And you just have to do it all with hands-free devices and that sort of stuff. So, All right. I appreciate it. Thank you much. You take care. All right. We got more of your phone calls on this. Again, 2 issues. 1, Governor Holcomb wants to get rid of you having the cell phone in your hand in your vehicle. Okay. Hands-free devices not covered. So as long as you're not touching it, you can still make phone calls. You can still post to social media. You can still go ahead and take a look at memes and stuff like that, I guess, which wouldn't be advisable. And you can text and that sort of stuff. You just can't have the phone in your hand. Hands-free would be A-OK. Voice command would be A-OK. The other issue is he wants to go ahead and raise the smoking age to 21, which includes vaping products, including products that don't have nicotine. So those are interesting questions for you to go ahead and answer on the program today. 574-2595, 95.3. We'll take your calls coming up. Newstalk 95.3, Michiana's news channel.